going on, everybody? It is your boy Arrows here, and we're back on the recording chair. It's been how long has it been since my last video? The interwebs. Okay, it's only been 10 days. It's only been 10 days since my last video. We had a bit of a heat wave going on here in Canada land. It was really hot. It was really hard to record. I really only streamed. I only really streamed like once last week because once this week. Really, no, I guess it would be last week. Once last week because it was really, really, really hot out. So we're here now. Attack of the Vine coming out next week. Pre-releases next week. It's time to talk about the set, and I'm actually pretty excited for this set. The set gives us 3 new IPs into Disney Lorcana, Turning Red, Monsters Inc., and Up. This also gives us a cool new archetype. Actually, a couple cool. And it kind of gives us a way to like string an old character trait into a new deck, and I'm really excited for this. Dual Inks return in this set, and I think the good chunk of them are really, really strong. But let's get into it. Like we do with all set reviews, we're going to do them color by color, and then we're going to save the Dual Inks for the end. Now, because Dual Inks are back, a lot of these Dual Inks are legendary. So I think there's only one legendary per color, and then the Dual Inks have one as well. So let's get into it, starting with Tyler and Nguyen Baker, 4-town fan. He is your good old generic 1-cost 2/2. These are solid. They're good. They're better ones out there that do effects. I don't actually know if Ember has a lot of really good ones that you. I mean, there's Elioni, there's no Rapunzel. There's Aurora, but she's theme specific. No, I guess there's not really. This is just a 1/1/1/1. Use it in your pre-releases. I don't think it'll see play in constructed. And then we have Maylin Lee. This is a very interesting card. She's a 1-cost 0/3, has Singer 3, so she counts as a cost 3 character for songs. However, she can't sing songs without Sing Together. Now, Sing Together is a very prominent theme in the Turning Red portion of this set. Obviously, if you've seen the movie, you know. I like this card. A lot of the Sing Together songs are really cool. I think Turning Red Powerline is going to be really fun to play. Powerline's favorite. Yeah, Powerline's favorite. Wow, brain moment there. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really good card in that deck. I don't really think you're going to be playing a lot else. I think I'm excited to see what this deck can do, because I think it's got some very interesting mechanics in it that we'll talk about when we get to the Ruby portion of it. But yeah, no, I'm really cool. She's also a red panda. That's very important to keep in mind. And she's got one of these cool promos. I really dig how they're doing these promos, like the wood like looking texture to them, background to them, which I think is really cool. But I think this is going to be a good card in its own deck. It's probably not going to see play in a lot of other decks, but in a Turning Red or Powerline deck, I think it's going to be really, really good. Next, we have Mike Wazowski, the well-rounded entertainer. He's a 1-cost 2/1. Quest for 1. When you play this character, you may pay 2 to give chosen character +1 lore this turn. I don't know how well this character will play into the Monsters Inc. deck, but I think it's got a strong place in Amethyst Amber. Decks that with running like Dash Par, the Amethyst Pocahontas, that when a quest you gain lore equal to one of the cards on the field, because you can play it, pay 2, give something an additional lore quest, get additional lore off of that card that you boosted. It doesn't say chosen opposing character. It says give chosen character +1 lore, so you can do that on your opponent's characters too. If you're at 17 ink, having this and a dash in hand with the energy ink to do play the dash, play this, play the effect is fantastic. You're going to quest for 3 on your first turn and get the win. I think this card has a lot of good options in other decks, but I just don't know how well it's going to work in the monster. Then we have Isabella Madrigal. I'm 98% sure we have a Shift Isabella in Wilds Unknown that this card will work really well with, in the same color, I believe, too. Kind Cultivator, 2/4, quest for 1, 2-cost inkable. Really good, really strong shift target. And then we have Priya Mangal. I'm bad at names. She's a 2-cost, 1/4, quest for 1. And then this is my jam. When you play this character, if there's a song in your discard, if you're playing the turning red deck, you're discard. Gain 1 lore. Passive lore gain is always really nice. This is just a really good card. This also would be a really cool like one of in Steel Song builds because you can play it in the late game, gain a lore, get you a little bit closer to 20. Miriam Hendelson, 2-cost, inkable, 1/3, quest for 1. I got him. When you play this character, each player draws a card. I'm not really a huge fan of cards that give your opponent benefits. Drawing cards is a huge benefit in Lorcana because not all the ink colors can do it consistently unless they're paired with like certain other colors. So being able to give your opponent a card is, in my opinion, not a good thing. Next, we have a Lilo with support. She's a 2-cost, 2/3, quest for 1, give support. Support's always going to be a strong theme in Lorcana. There's always going to be support for it. And I think this is just another really good early game piece in that theme. Then we have Pocahontas guiding the tribe. This card is great. I think this card is fantastic. I think this card could be a really neat 1 or 2 of in the toy deck. Because that is going to be like really strong at swarming the board and questing for a lot of lore. This card is really good. It's a 2-cost, inkable, 2/3, quest for 1. When you play this character, you may play a character with a cost 1 for free. Board state. Board state is important. Right now, if you were to build this before rotation, I'm assuming the rotation happened. That is released. You could easily play this and drop like a Daisy, drop a Lady, drop a Bobby. I mean, you can still do that post rotation. Drop a Bobby and do really work on expanding your board. Like I said, I think this card has a strong spot in toys. Being able to help load your board up for big questing turns is really neat. Also, fun fact, you can play this off of Jungle Guide Woody. So you quest with Jungle Guide Woody, you play this, you play a 1-cost character, you have literally just put 2 bodies on board for no ink. Fantastic. Then we have another Mike Wazowski. This is a 2-cost, 0/4, quest for 1, uninkable. I think this is actually our first uninkable. Okay. Heroic Climber. He looks like it. Find a friend. When you play this character, whenever he quests, each player reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a character card, they may put it into their hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. This is a 2-way Daisy. It's not terrible. I mean, if your deck is character heavy, it's good for you. If it's not, there is a chance that you will put a card you need on the bottom of your deck. But if you're willing to roll that gamble, I think this is actually a pretty solid card. It's not as good as Daisy because you can't play it on turn 1. It doesn't quest for 2, but it is a pretty good card nonetheless. And of course, Monsters Inc. You probably want to find those cards. Spoilers. There are a bunch of dual inks in this set. They're tag team dual inks. They're characters from the same, 2 characters from the same theme. So there's a 1 for Monsters Inc. obviously. So being able to find those cards pretty quickly is really good. So we'll see how it plays out. Do I think it should be a super rare? No. I personally think this should be a super rare because this is a really good card. But I'm kind of happy this isn't because I want 4 of these. Next we have Boo in Disguise, 2-cost, inkable, 1/2, quest for 2. While you have an exerted character named Sully in play, this character can't be challenged. It's pretty good. You have a strong enough Sully on board, then you keep this alive for a good little bit and let it do some questing damage to your opponent. And it's got an epic. Next we have Ming Li. Ming Li is a 3-cost, 2/3, inkable, quest for 2. Biggest fan, if you have a character named Mei Lin Li in play, you may pay 1 less to play this character. Follow the music. If you played a song this turn, you may pay 1 less to play this character. So you could potentially drop this 3-cost character on your turn 2, play Mei Lin on turn 1, sing a song on turn 2, like a 2-cost song. I think there might be a 3-cost sing together song in this set as well. Do not quote me. I've just barely quickly glanced over a lot of this set. I know like a little bit from reveals, like the tag teams and all that stuff, but I've just really just glanced over the set. You are looking at this set with me for the first time. Probably not your first time, but it's my first time, really. You could drop this on turn 2 very easily. And it's a 2/3, another red panda character that's important, and a quest for 2. Really strong card. Next, we have Celia May. Celia May is a 3-cost uninkable 3/3 quest for 2. This card's okay. I mean, there are other characters that do this for free, but I don't know why you'd pay for 1 for it. So, that's my thoughts on that. Next, we have our first new toy in the set. Woody, Town Sheriff, 3-cost, inkable, 3/2, quest for 1. Has the ability move along. When you play this character until start of your next turn, chosen opposing character can't challenge unless quest if able. If you have a character that is out there destroying your toys, I feel like with dogs, more so with toys, a key strategy in beating this deck is going to be keeping your opponent's board state down so they cannot overwhelm you once they get the Jungle Guide Woody and the tag team Buzz Woody. Spoilers, the tag team Buzz Woody. So I feel like being able to take them out or take out this deck early, take out their cards early is the best way to play against this deck. But this card lets you keep certain key pieces on the field just a little bit longer, keeping your opponent's bigger things from not being able to take them out in one shot, in one swing. Will this see play in a toy build? I don't think so. I'm going to have a toy build for you guys after we do the Emerald review, which will probably be the next one we put out. So I can put that deck out while we're doing it. I think this card has potential, maybe like a 1-of in the toy deck, but there are definitely better options, one of which we're going to talk about in this video. Then we have Abby Park. This card is fantastic. It's a 3-cost, 3/3. Also, the name is just amazing too. Quest for 1. Once during your turn, whenever you play a song, you may ready this character. If you do, she can't quest or challenge for the rest of the turn. She's a 3-cost. Some of the good Sing the Other songs are A Pirate's Life, Eye to Eye. If you want to play Steel Mob Song. So having her being able to restand herself. Eye to Eye is a really good example because the characters who sing that song get to restand anyway. So you can restand off of Eye to Eye, and then if you get into like It's a Pirate's Life, you can sing again, get into another one, pop her back up. Really good card. I think Turning Red Powerline is a really strong deck next format. Like a lot of these cards really help the Powerline strategy as well. Next, we have a new Maylin Lee, Losing Control. She's a 3-cost, 2/3 quest for 1. Red Panda Power. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Red Panda character card or a song card. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This is like Ariel, but not as good because it's not a Singer 5, and you don't get 5 cards. But it is slightly better because you have another card type that you can search for. So you're not always going to whiff on this because you're getting a Red Panda character or a song. You're not going to whiff on this. And there's some pretty strong Red Panda characters that we're going to talk about in later videos that really work with this. Also, we got an epic. Next, we have the first of the new character decks, archetypes. Would you call this an archetype? I think we call this an archetype. The first of the new archetypes, and that is Honey. Now, the Christopher Robin in this set, everybody's probably seen this Christopher Robin. Spoiler. Lets you play Honey characters of any ink color in your deck. Christopher Robin himself is in Amethyst and Sapphire, but that ability lets you do a lot of zany things, and I love the fact they all have Dean. Now, not all these Honey characters are good and will make it into the deck in a lot of spots, but some of them are pretty solid enough to be inclusions of 1 or maybe 2 of. Kanga is definitely in that back category because your non-Honey character cards have to be in those colors. So there's not really a lot of strong songs in the Amethyst Sapphire package going into a post-rotation world. So this card's not going to be as good in that deck. However, this card is just really good in Steel Songs because we still have a lot of strong Steel Song cards going forward, and this is another way to be able to play them earlier, which is really cool. So yeah, in the Honey deck, probably like a 1-of. In other decks, I think you can definitely do some cool things with this, especially in like the turning red deck. This is a Singer 5 with a Singer 3. A lot of good stuff. Next, we have the second new Woody from this set. Card is phenomenal, and it fits in with where Toys is going in the Attack of the Vine. Woody helping a friend is a 4-cost uninkable, because if he was inkable, this card would be insanely broken. 2/4, quest for 2 with the ability Hang On. You play this character, choose one of the following. If you have another toy character in play, choose both instead. You may return a character card with cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand. You may play a character with cost 2 or less for free. This card is bonkers good and fits into what I've talked about in this video, what Toys is looking to do in a Attack of the Vine meta. Play their big bodies, play their Jungle Guide Woody, their Tag Team Buzz Woody, and then just start dropping cards for free. The amount of stuff that you can do in this deck without paying ink is kind of incredible. And I think that's why it gives it a better end game than Dogs does, because it feels like it's very easier to reestablish your board, and cards like this Woody help with that strategy. Great card. Also, probably should have been a super rare. Not going to lie. But I'm glad it's not, because I want to play. Next, we have our second honey character in the Amber category. That is, of course, Rabbit. He's a 4-cost 2/5. Oh, he's a honey paladin. Look at his little shield and his little carrot sword. I love it. I love this set. I love this theme. I want to play this deck so bad. Bodyguard. This character may enter play exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with Bodyguard if able. And then when you play this character, chosen honey character gets +1 lore. Honestly, I think you'd probably run like 2 rabbits in your honey build. Bodyguard is always welcome, especially on a body that is a little bit bigger in the defense area like Rabbit. And honestly, giving something +1 is very good. It's always good. Giving something, being able to quest more for a turn than you would normally be able to is always welcome. And we have 4-Town, hottest band of the year. 4-cost 5/5 uninkable. Again, this is another one of those cards. If it was inkable, it'd be insanely good. Quest for 1, star performance. Whenever this character sings a song with Sing Together, draw a card. So this isn't once per turn. This is why I think this theme works really well with Powerline, because you use this to sing eye to eye. Draw 2 cards, gain 2 lore. Your opponent gets to do all the stuff with eye to eye. Draw an extra card with him. Then you get to restand him. If you get into like a Pirate's Life, sing again, gain 2 lore. Your opponent loses 2 lore. Draw an extra card. I'm really excited for this theme. I think it's going to be really, really good. And like I said, this with Powerline just feels so good. Then we have Jasmine, the Vine Expert. This is another one of those cards where you're giving your opponent stuff. 4-cost 3/4, quest for 2. Yeah, shared resources. Whenever you play this character, each player draws a card. I do not like cards like this, and I've said it before when we had the turning red character that did it. You do not want to be giving your opponent cards. Cards are resources. Cards are valuable resources. You do not want to be giving your opponent the opportunity to have better resources to use against you. Next, we have Ursula, who is a Floodborn that's not a shift target. This is the returning theme that is getting a lot of bonkers support in this set, and that is Floodborns. Now, all these Vinelings are Floodborns, which is wild. Because up until this point, I don't think we have ever had a non-shift target Floodborn. So what does Ursula do for us? Ursula, created by the Vine, is a 4-cost 3/2 quest for 2. Whenever one of your Floodborn characters quest, chosen opposing character gets -1 until the start of your next turn. Whenever one of your, this works really cool. If you wanted to play a Floodborn deck, you could add in the Mickey, that when it's exerted, whenever one of your characters' quests gives something -2. You have to play that, exert it, do a bunch of quests with Floodborns, drop the board a lot. If you have the ink for it, or you have the ability to sing it, under the sea, if you're playing with green, there's just a lot of really cool things you can do with this deck. And it also keeps your board protected from your opponents being able to challenge into you and clearing out your cards. Really good card. I like this card. Next, we have a new Gaston. This Gaston is okay. It's a 5-cost 3/4. Quest for 1. Watch this. When you play this character, you may banish chosen character with 5 or more. I don't know why you play this over one of the various other options that do the same thing. The Minnie Mouse, that when she quests, you destroy a character with 5 or more, or World's Greatest Criminal Mind. That's all I have to say about that. And we have our legendary for Amber. It is the Horned King. 5 cost, uninkable, 5/4, quest for 1, Cauldron's power. This character is exerted. You may play characters from your discard. If you do that, you play exerted, you pay all the costs. This is okay. It's not my favorite Amber legendary. I think it's pro. There's things you can do with it, but it's just, I don't know. As a whole, I just don't think it's very good. I'm sure there are players out there who are like, God, this card's so good. I'm going to do this, and this. I'm just not one of those players. I just don't. Then we have our Sully, 4/4, has Bodyguard, quest for 1, 5 cost, uninkable. Man, a lot of these Monster Inc cards are uninkable. Rehire, when you play this character, you may return a character from your discard to your hand. This is a pretty solid card. Uninkable is always a meh, but it does have Bodyguard, so it will protect your boo for a little bit. It's okay. Then we have a new Maribel Madrigal, 5 cost, inkable, 3/7, quest for 2, the Family Guardian, miraculous protection. Whenever you remove damage from your characters, you may ready them. If you do, they can't quest or challenge for the rest of the turn. This is just a really solid way to protect your board state. Madrigals have switched out of songs into healing, and this really helps with that, actually. And then we have Hukum, Defender of the Tribe, 6 cost, Bodyguard, 4/6, quest for 3. This is a good card for a pack rush or a pre-release. Not really something you're going to want to put into your constructed deck. Moving into our actions, we have Besties Assemble, 1 cost, inkable. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character card and put your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This is a better Be Our Guest. It's not a song, but you can play it on your turn 1. It really helps set yourself up going forward. Then into our songs, we have If I Didn't Have You, 3 cost, you and another chosen player each draw 2 cards. Again, I do not like giving my opponents cards. That's all I'm going to say about that. Said it like so many times. I'm Never Not By Your Side, sing together 5. Remove the 4 damage total from any number of your characters. Gain 1 lore for each damage removed this way. This is a good card. I don't know how playable it is in this deck. We'll have to see when we look at the rest of the Red Panda stuff and the rest of the Turning Red stuff. It's a really good card. Even if you heal 2 damage, you gain 2 lore, which is solid. And then Nobody Like You, sing together 5, play a character with a cost of 4 or less for free. Keep in mind that your 1 cost is a singer 3 for Sing the Other Song. So if you play the Maelin, you play something else on turn 2, you could be playing this song on your turn 3 to drop a character with 4 costs or less, which is pretty solid. I think in the Turning Red deck, you'd probably play maybe 1. I don't think this is a 2 or 3 because it is uninkable. But these are pretty solid. Then we have Al Hatan Staff. I mispronounced that horribly. I apologize. Several communities. 1 cost item, a step forward. Tap it, pay 1. The next character you play this turn gains Bodyguard until the start of your next turn. This is not that good. Not that good, guy. Then we have Rapunzel's Tower. I feel like this is our second Rapunzel's Tower. Taken by the Vine. It is a 4 cost, inkable, 1 to move, 8 shield. That's a lot of shield. Your Floodborn characters get +2 shield. That is pretty solid for the Floodborn deck. I'm really excited to see how the Floodborn deck plays out. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of potential in Amber. I think the Turning Red stuff is really playable with Powerline. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out for Monsters Inc. And honestly, just excited for Amber. Toys is going to, obviously, the deck that's leading the charge. The potential that deck has is insane. But I think there's a lot to like in Amber. I think Amber is a really, outside of its legendary and a few cards, I think Amber is a really strong color in this set. And I'm really excited to see how it plays out. But let me know what you guys think about Amber in Attack of the Vine. And I will see you guys for the Emerald one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, ding that notification. What am I doing with my hands? To let me know that you love the content we put out. As always, go check us out on Arrows Incorporated. We are going to be streaming a lot over there. I'm actually in the middle of a shiny race with my Twitch team, Team Yell. Go check them out. They're fantastic as well. I'm actually doing my third round stuff, my loser round 2 stuff this week. I'm really excited for. We're going to be streaming more card game stuff, obviously. Card games rock. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Get some card games because they are amazing. Have a good one. Bye.